Determined mood. Big to the pack. Old boy Mike Wainwright returns from Salford and takes his place alongside the strong running Burns and Domick. Bradford lack their two leading try scorers of last season, our studio guests Michael Withers and Tavita Vaikone. But plenty of interest in new boys Shontain Happy, the signing from the Auckland Warriors, and a huge Bulls pack. Hooker James Lowes fancies his chances in the middle of all that lot. And the listing of those two Great Britain internationals as sub, Anderson and Gilmore, give an indication of the strength in depth of this Bradford side.
Captain for the toss, please.
For the Wolves or the Bulls, we'll know very shortly. Those Warrington fans certainly think, Jonathan, it's going to be for the Wolves.
Yeah, it's a big game for Wolves. I think Paul Cullen said he'd like to play Bradford here. I don't think he's being honest there. He'd love the lesser side, but it's going to be very, very physical, very physical. That's Paul Cullen's approach, especially the two forwards, Forza and Hilton, are going to take the game to them.
Referee Robert Connolly right on the spot there at the play of the ball. The teams this season have already had a directive from Stuart Cummings, the technical director. He wants good, quick, clean play the balls.
That's one thing that they've got to learn. This is a very small pitch, and Warrington will know you don't want Bradford to play in your 22. They're too big and too strong.
Bradford, as I said, 2-1 to lift the cup. Warrington, very big odds. I've never seen them at such odds. 100-1. They would certainly drop if they could down the Bulls this afternoon. Bradford then in possession. Good tackle. Already. Still Bradford, 5 metres from that line. Little dummy, good ball from Lowes there. Already in the action, this youngster. Shontain Happy, junior Kiwi, just 21 years of age. Deacon. Well, thought he was looking for the drop kick then, but it's Cal Pratt got that left touch. He's claiming.
I think he might have got that. You know, it's a great effort. Here's the kick. He goes back, he gets the hand to it. Is he out of play? That's the problem. Is his left foot in the field of play or not? There's the right hand. Does he knock it on? That's what I think it goes slightly forward. I think that goes forward.
It looks as if he's out of play as well, Jonathan. But the advantage must be given to the attacking side if there's a doubt.
I think it's a knock on anyway. I wouldn't give that.
It was certainly a kick that Warrington won't expect to win.
They should have expected it. Watch. There's the kick. Everyone's onside. Gets up, bang, knocks it back. Definitely goes forward. Does he go off his foot and does he get a touchdown?
His foot's out, isn't it? His foot's over that dead ball line.
I don't think that is a try.
Well, video referee Ian Ollerton having a very, very close look at this. I can remember 2 or 3 months ago being with Ian in Liverpool for a students' game. He refereed it in the dark. There was nothing wrong with his eyes then, and he's ruled no try. Good tackle. Wood.
Under the legs, between the legs with the hand.
Another penalty.
Warrington conceded over 78 points in 2 matches last year, but of course a new coach, Paul Cullen, a lot of new enthusiasm, 4 or 5 new signings. Surprising Warwick for a second. Good strong burst there now. By Burns. Checks up, pulling down. Good tackle there by Gardner in the end. He's got to get to his feet. Play that ball. Wood. Out here to Breers. Oh, good ball. Oh, Wainwright. Lee Penny did well. Lee Penny did well to pick that up.
Great tackle. Daniel Gartner, that was a fantastic tackle.
Still Warrington on the attack. Pass forward. Breers again. Little dummy. Again a good tackle. Good defence.
Offside, no advantage. Off the line. On the line.
The referee giving a penalty. Offside. Played the advantage.
On the line, not a yard.
There's the tackle. Gartner's got to make that tackle on Wainwright. Just guess him. Superb tackle.
Doesn't Lee Penny take the ball well too, Jonathan?
Yeah, it was good support. Wainwright knew he wasn't going to get there. Just flipped the ball. And good support play with the full-back Lee Penny. But good scramble defence also by Bradford. Everything's coming off Lee Breers at the moment. Second man out from Nathan Wood. He's been a fantastic signing for Bradford as Gardner. Does all the dirty work, scores a lot of tries, scored a lot of tries last year.
Having all that action, I think we should mention that Rob Smythe has left the field injured. And Graham Apple, North Queensland, much travelled Australian player. He's on for the first interchange.
He's slightly colder here than North Queensland, let me tell you.
Lee Breers then looking to get some early points on the board. Looking to put some confidence in his side. No problem. 2 points.
Yeah, good start by Warrington. Good defence. That's what they've got to base their game on against Bradford, is their strong defence. So 2-0 to Bradford.
Prolific point scorer, Lee Breers, over 45% of the Warrington points scored last year by Lee.
Before Deacon kicks, I'd like to say, Peter Deacon, he'll be sadly missed. He was a fantastic guy.
There's one thing about a Warrington side coached by Paul Cullen. They will be fit. They have trained very, very hard over the winter. As Paul said to me, they've been out in the mud and the muck. Doesn't do them any harm.
Yeah, I think it's commitment and discipline. That's what he'll bring to Warrington. A good attitude. His discipline wasn't that great when he was playing, but he'll certainly put a lot of commitment to this side.
Way through there for Leon Price. Mike Forshaw, who had a good test series. Still Bradford then on the attack. Jamie Peacock.
Lee Breers, on your line. On your line.
Well, again, the referee's technical director, Stuart Cummins, has issued a warning to players. He wants them on the line. He wants them on the line when it's 10 metres.
On the line. I've told you.
A whole raft of instructions have been given out this early season by Cummins, and this is one of them, Jonathan.
Yeah, there he is. Look, third man in, shot about to the line.
Paul Deacon then for Bradford, looking to respond to those 2 points from Lee Breers.
Although there has been a directive from the referees. I think sometimes you can give players warning this early in the game, in the season. Just give them a warning on the run to say that you've caught him, don't do it again or you'll be penalised.
Mike Breers, Paul Deacon, very prolific point scorer last season, 336 to his credit, and those 2 kick him off for 2003. 2 apiece. 8 minutes gone. It's interesting, Jonathan, that both sides wanting to go for goal kicks so early in the game. You know, would you have thought that they might have continued with a set of 6, look for a try?
No, I don't think so. It's you know, if points are there to, on offer, you've got to take them. It is a cup game, and it might be a tight affair. You've got to work each other out first. But any points there to be taken, you do take them.
Bradford went out at the first hurdle to Leeds last year. Great disappointment there. According to Robbie Paul, he felt that they took it a little bit too casually. They've certainly worked for this one. Joe Vangana, 20 stones. Requires some putting down, takes 3 men there. Deacon. Took well by Graham Apple. As I said, very much travelled Australia, played for half a dozen clubs down under.
Yeah, good chase there by Bradford, good kick, good chase.
Trouble with an arm injury, but back to full fitness now.
Bring it back. Bring it. No quick taps. No quick taps. Listen, you two. Hey, calm yourself down.
Yeah, you know, he's trying to get off, can't get down. The elbow's being used there. Gardner's lying on. He gets an elbow on top of the head. We can't understand no quick taps.
No. Again, I think we should explain for the viewers and the crowd who not appreciate it. You cannot take a tap until the referee blows his whistle out and points to the mark. Again, that's a new directive, Jonathan.
Yeah, but they're trying to, you know, quicken the game up by getting the tackler off the tackle player.
Yes, but the feeling was that the defence haven't got time to get back. We'll argue about it later anyway. Let's get on with this game.
They've given the penalty away, so they shouldn't have time to...
Shut up, let's get on with this match. Warrington with Breers. Nice run there from Dominic. Strong burst there. Oh, he's still going, is the lad. Good tackle there though by Stuart Fielden. These two half-backs. Direct operation. There's Burns. Is he going over? Yes! Oh, terrific burst there from Darren Burns. No hesitation, no need for the video referee. And smiles on the Warrington fans' faces, and well they might be. Terrific effort.
Yeah, solid try. First time he had the ball in the first half, he did a tremendous break, made yardage. You've got to close him down. Gartley just pushes him off. Leon Price has got no chance. He's just too big, too strong for Leon Price in that situation.
He's also got an extra yard of pace, this lad, Jonathan. He's played in the centre quite a few times last year. Yeah,
big lad, big strong lad. Again, 22 yards out. Once he went through the tackle of Gardner, Leon Price had no chance, stood on the try line.
Former Brisbane Broncos second row come centre. Darren Burns then. Lee Breers with a similar kick to his penalty one.
They won't be taking this game easy, Bradford, now.
Studying concentration. That's the result. 2 points. Warrington then. Good early start. 8-2. Here's
the ball. This is the run that set the try. There's Dominic just going forward, going forward, going forward. Defence is very, very slow, but it looks very organised. A bit slow to come off the line. Bang. Pushes him off. Just rolls over the try.
Kick. Mark Hilton. His 11th season down here at Wilderspool. And as usual, Richard Duckingfield down there. Any news, Nick?
That's right, Rob Smythe, the Wolves winger, is back in the dressing room. He missed all that excitement. He's trying to recover from concussion. He took a blow in the face tackling Paul Deacon. Seemed willing to continue. They had a long look at him, but he obviously wasn't too sure where he was. He's in the dressing room now, feeling nauseous. They won't take any chances with head injury, obviously.
Down. And head and ball to the Bulls.
Yeah, poor pass by Birds. Just opportunity in there, Smythe. Lonely figure in the changing room.
Well, you can't take any risks with a head injury, can you, Jonathan? Doesn't look very happy, does he, at all?
I just wondered if he knows where he is.
Yeah. Just
Right side, let's presentation,
one
two hands of the
post-war
ball.
win for Warrington over Bradford in the Challenge Cup way back in 1990. Just look at that possession there, Jonathan, for Warrington.
Yeah.
Just shows how much they really have to this Bradford side. And holding down again.
Gotta get your hands out.
They haven't made many mistakes, have they? That's the difference. They've held onto the ball. A few errors, but just try and keep the ball away from the Bradford side. And again, this is Lee Penny. I think he's twisted his knee.
Lee Penny missing from that full-back position, so Warrington already 2 substitutes down, and well, Lee Penny hobbled off the advantage, although not got the points, with Bradford. 5 metres then from that Wolves line. Good ball. Deacon to Robbie Paul. Price coming in nicely. Just can't get away. Good tackling. Good cover tackling there. Deacon. Bullshaw. Jamie Peacock. Having a bit of a wrestle there with Ben Westwood. Still Warrington defending desperately here. Well, a well-intended grubber kick, but it hit one of those long legs of Mike Wainwright.
Without giving him confidence, set of 6 in their own 22, they held him out.
And possibly bad news of Wolves' Lee Penny. He's gone off the field, limped off. It's possibly a torn calf. Back in the dressing room, quite serious injury potentially, and that should rather stretch Warrington's maybe limited resources here.
Well, Paul Wood on for Lee Penny, but as Dick said there, Jonathan, they are limited resources. Again, this year, the new change with the substitutions, 12 interchanges. Now, Warrington only have 2 players left.
Yeah, and that's what I said, the strength of the squad is very limited, no money to spend, and that's the difference maybe between these two sides. The strength of the squad is immense on the Bradford side, and that could be a telling factor towards the end of the match.
And many coaches do feel that the 12 interchange rule will help the sides with the big, heavy packs to roll on and rumble about, as Bradford have got. They've got Paul Anderson, they've got Gilmore to bring on. Peacock.
There he is, there's Lee Penny's injury. You just seen the discomfort.
Yeah, you
on
can
his
see him
face.
just going down with his ankle at the back there.
Hands in.
Proving something of a stickler here at the play of the ball. He's ruling that the
See if
hand was in, ripping the ball. I don't think so. I think that was harsh.
Well, there was definitely a hand in there, so
I don't think he was pushing the ball out.
Top of the
well,
ball.
he should keep his hands away, Ray. You know, these boys, the attacking players, will look for the penalty.
There's another lad not feeling very, very happy. Lee Penny, just concluding his testimonial year. Paul Deacon looking to peg another couple of points back. Had an excellent test series against New Zealand in October and November of last year. Really maturing into a fine footballer now. A nice kick, no hesitation. 8-4 for Warrington.
Successful penalty kick for Bradford Wolves.
Okay, Nick.
Well, Nick Fozzard doesn't look very happy. Referee Connolly just having a word. It might be about his running style. You know, he's very upright. He brings his knees up, doesn't he? But I've not seen too much.
Leads with the ankle, with the knee.
Paul. Stuart Fielder emerging as one of the best props in World Rugby League. Pratt. Deacon. Forshaw. Lots of enthusiasm from this Warrington side, moving up very, very quickly in the defence there. Just look at those 3-4 in midfield, forcing Deacon to kick. It's a good one though.
Again, the chase is very good. Looking for the 40-20 was Deacon there, but if he doesn't get it, you know, the chase is very good.
Ian Sibbett, another of the old boys who have come back to Warrington this year, had a stint at Melbourne Storm the past 15 months. Nice slip pass. This Warrington pack really having a go at Bradford.
Like I said, that's what Paul Cunningham will want from them, just yards.
Breers. Has he lost the ball? I think he has.
Yeah, good tackle. Peacock stripped the ball as well. Here's the strip, look. Ball and all tackle. Strips the ball from Apple.
Bradford trying to make headway down that left-hand side. The Shontain Happy. Heine Colo. See the big form of Paul Anderson there, number 10, substitute. He's obviously slipped on the field. Apple serving well in the full-back position.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a very organised kicking game there. Nothing on for them, and James Lowe it was a nothing kick. Again, the chase was good, but you think a team of this quality would use the kick on the last tackle a lot more productively.
And again, James Lowe's penalised for holding down.
Again, silly play, nothing on there for Warrington, whereas now they'll have a good kick to touch and good field position which to attack from.
7 penalties already in the game, Jonathan, and I think 6 of those for incidents around the play of the ball, so Mr. Connolly certainly applying the rules.
Well, we saw that in the previous game with Wakefield and Castleford.
Bazar charging through, but again, well looked after there by Mike Forshaw. Burns. Also impressed with this Warrington pack so far. The question is, can they keep it up? We all know what Bradford can do. Lee Breers. Nice slip inside, but again, good cover. Just 5 metres now from that Bradford line. Again. Exasperation there for Ian Sibbett, but well intended, and he's a tall lad, he can get up for it. Paul Anderson on the charge. 20-stone man substituted for another 20 stones. James Lowes.
Great tackle. Great tackle. Here we are, bang. Off the ball first of all, I think. Then follows it onto the chin. There's a bit of handbags going on. No punch has been thrown, but if you look at the reaction of Stewart Fielding, he has copped one on the chin.
Well, we'll just have a listen to what the touch judge says.
Who's that? The big fella, he just makes my own nothing, to be honest with you. Hard. Here. Hard. Okay, so just play on. Play the ball back here. Yeah, for Warrington. Okay, let's go. Yeah. Okay. Come in there, guys. Play the ball here. Wait. Give him the ball.
Phil Brooks, the man with the yellow flag. Well, he was...
Hit the ball first and then went up to the chin. Watch. Bang. Great tackle, I think.
A little high.
Well, the touch judge said he made a meal of it, so I'd love to see the touch judge take one of them on the chin.
No quick taps. No quick taps. Coach could have told him, no quick taps.
Well, he's making a good point there, is Robert Connolly. The coach should have told you. They've all had these instructions. There is no quick tap until the whistle has gone. And Nathan Wood, well, he hasn't been reading them.
I just don't, you know, if they want to increase the pace of the game, if you infringe, surely if you can take a quick penalty, you should be able to do it, because, you know, it's no benefit if you don't take the quick penalty, so the transgressor, you know, gets the advantage.
I agree with you to a certain extent, Jonathan. I think they want a quick tap, but I think the problem has been that the defensive side have not had time to get back, and you know, that has been a problem, and penalties have been given for not going back 10 metres.
So if you give a penalty where you know they can't take a quick tap, so you can organise your defence, is that what you're saying, right?
I'm arguing with you after the game. I'm going to have a look at this goal. Lee Breers then with his longest to date. 2 to his credit, the penalty in the 4th minute, the conversion in the 11th. Can he extend this lead? 39 metres out. Strikes it well.
Yeah, as I said, not the biggest pitches in the league, so anything in the opposition half, I would expect both these goal kickers to go for goal. Yeah. Offside once again, just coming up too quickly on the outside. There's the new rule, no quick tap. Nathan Wood hasn't been told by the coaches.
It is causing a lot of frustration for the players, isn't it? I must admit. Warrington then in possession in the famous primrose and blue colours. John Clark having a go himself from acting half-back and doing well. Not seen a lot from the hookers around the ruck area. Oh, that was taken out. Definitely taken out. Where is the touch judge on this side?
What is the touch judge doing? That was a definite penalty. Peacock went to look for him.
And Breers is in some difficulty there.
Well, it wasn't really a nasty challenge. There's the kick, look. He leans into him, that is a penalty.
Definitely. You don't have to move out of the way, Jonathan, but you can't move into him.
Well, he leant into him and that is a penalty.
Lee Breers is certainly feeling a blow somewhere. He was holding his sternum as he ran back. Looks okay at the moment. Warrington with the opposition line before this game have been concentrating and practicing on being very quick and slick round the play the ball, speeding the game up. They know that Bradford can overrun sides, but they're matching them for intensity so far.
It's a good kick. Well read. And that'll be a dropout under the posts. But I think Warrington will just be happy not to concede any points here. Graham Apple doing well just to retain possession, actually. 2 big men bearing down on him. There's Hoppy. A crucial period here then now for Warrington, with 2 men already injured. Breers in some trouble around the rib cage. And Anderson rumbling down the middle. Warren Stevens into the action. Again, another old boy, had a spell up at Whitehaven last season, and Paul Cullen brought him back down to Wilderspool when he too left Cumbria. Robbie Paul.
Bit loose, defence working overtime for Warrington. Here we are. That's
Forward.
unlucky. The right ball was on, there were numbers outside. Pass went to ground.
Always excitement when this lad has the ball though, isn't it?
Extremely talented player. Can do everything, you know, you can't give him any space whatsoever.
Ben Westwood. Warrington coach Paul Cullen was actually wanting to move the ball wide against this Bradford side. He didn't want to take them on in their own game down the middle, but he might be a little constrained now. He's lost a full-back, he's lost a wingman. Good ball, beautiful pass. Now then, Sibbett, here's a chance. That ball, oh, should he have passed it? Could Burns have gone himself? Still Warrington on the attack. Oh, what did he slip it for? Offside. Offside again. Way offside.
Well, not the brightest play by Burns. Here he goes, he goes in there, numbers on the left, he should have gone out wider. Throws the impossible ball, Fielden gets to it, but offside on the outskirts once again. I'm sure. No, they'll go for goal now.
What are you doing? Offside, on the line.
No, I think he's taking a tap, Jonathan. Or is he?
I think you're wrong.
Yeah. Well, they were arguing again about that quick tap, wasn't it? I think it is a factor that because they couldn't take a tap as quickly as you wanted, they've had to opt for goal.
Yeah, I think so. This is a lovely break by Clark. Gets the ball away. Sibbett, you know, he's the centre, playing on the wing. Didn't have the legs to get there. Good scramble defence by Peacock. Just didn't have the pace to get there. You know, it's a pity that Rob Smythe wasn't on, because he would have finished that off.
Not a very happy Brian Noble there, the Bradford coach. Well, it'll be a happy Lee Breers if he can put this over. Doesn't seem to have anything wrong with him now. Recovered from that shoulder charge. Conditions good underfoot. I don't think I've seen this Warrington ground looking better for some years. Another 2 points. The points keep mounting for Warrington. So just less than 10 minutes remaining in this first half. Everything going right for that man there, Paul Cullen. 12-4.
Bradford really, you know, haven't imposed themselves in this game. The forwards are being kept in check. There's not much sign of Paul and Deacon running the show, so he'll be a very contented man the way that Warrington are, you know, keeping in this game and controlling it.
I think that is the difference so far at half-back, Jonathan. Breers has especially been far more effective.
Breers is a very talented player, and surely there is some place somewhere for him in the Great Britain lineup. He does, you know, cause a lot of problems in attack for opposition sides.
Bozzard. A lot at stake for these two coaches early in the season. Never let a ball bounce. Carl Pratt. Good play there by Mark Gleeson, the youngster.
Yeah,
just come on for Clark.
I think he's been brought on now. You know, it's the war of attrition is over, you know, a little bit. So what's going to happen is You know, they're just going to bring him on to cut people up. Very sharp from the acting halfback, Gleeson.
Hazard.
And again, that is a silly tackle. They had them on the cosh a little bit in their own half, using tackles up.
There was no need to come in, was there?
Exactly.
But it puts Bradford on the attack. Can Lowe somehow conjure a try? Robbie Paul. Price. Plenty of pace, this lad. Coming in outside from the full-back position. Paul again. Jamie Peacock. Still Warrington dominating the proceedings. 6 minutes remaining in this first half. Deacon to Paul Anderson. Offside again.
As long as he's consistent, no one worries really. As long as the referee is consistent, Robert Connolly, no one can argue.
Taking the tap. Deacon. Peacock. But again, good cover defence, sliding across there. Warren Stevens. Deacon again. Well, it's very dangerous lifting a player up like that. You cannot make a spear tackle, nothing there, but it can often happen. You can give a penalty away. Scott Naylor. First time we've really seen him in this half. And again holding down.
Captains.
I think he's going to warn both captains now and just tell them to go back and tell their players, don't lie on in the tackle.
There's too much interference to play the ball. No. Lee. No, right? This is where you listen. Right? Tell your players when the last warning. Off you go. Off you go.
We've got to shut this game down. Let's try and get back over there.
Lob in, mate. Off you go. Can't stop on. Off he goes.
Well, here we see Scott Naylor going down.
It's just laying on, isn't it?
It's lying on, but it looks like Wainwright's in a bad way though with that cut.
Yeah, Clark is coming back on. He's just gone off for Gleeson. He's got to come back on now. I'm sure he'll be back on. Stitches. Strap it up and get him back on.
That's a nasty cut, and the blood bin again counts as an interchange, so Warrington really in trouble. 3 men totally out of the action at the moment. Bradford trying to take it. Oh, he's got over! Robbie Paul twisting and turning! Strength, skill! We talked about this man as an instinctive footballer, and he struck at last.
Yeah, hasn't been involved nearly at all in this game, but that's what he's all about. Just comes in, quick feet, tremendous power. There he goes, he's on the ground, just stretches out, good try. Here's the dummy run across the ruck, steps out of one tackle. Clark, who's just come on, runs at the fresh man, maybe slight lack of concentration. Here he comes, bang, Clark goes up, just come on, steps out of it, twists and turns, gets the ball down. Good try.
And I think what a lot of people don't appreciate, that this man actually weighs 14 stones. He's not quite got the stature, the height, but he's good, strong upper body strength, hasn't he?
Yeah, when he came into the game enough to play for Wakefield, he was extremely slight and people targeted him. But now he's bulked up and he's a world-class player.
Third 2-pointer there for Paul Deacon. Here you see the determination.
Yeah, he runs across the ruck, steps Clark, and just rolls. There's the reaction, what this competition means to these players. Everyone wants to get to that Power Gen Cup final at the Millennium Stadium.
But he does that twist, doesn't he? He's adept at that.
Well, you know, it's Robbie and Henry, Paul. They both do the twists. Get out the tackles.
The only twist in my playing days was his name, Chubby Checker, was it? The twist again. Mike Forshaw.
It's an important couple of minutes now for Warrington. You know, they've defended very, very well, so now it's a big couple of sets of 6 for them.
But what a timely try for Bradford too, just before the half-time.
Yeah, I thought they should have taken the penalty, but they're justified in running it.
Robbie Paul again, coming more and more into the game, but that's a good tackle. Nathan Wood covering across as a good half-back should be. Less than 60 seconds remaining. Oh, here's a chance again. Well, I was just about to say well picked up, but Graham Nappo's lost it. Price has picked it up.
Flop, Mr. Happo, you're flop. Tackle was complete, you're flop.
I think that Appo's held back here. Watch this. He loses the ball, right, goes to regain. You can't see there, he's held back in the tackle, and what he does, he just flops on it. There we go, Appo just drops the ball. I think he's tackled there by Lowe's. He just gets up, watch him, and then flops on him.
Yes. Once you're third fucking man, you're getting up.
Wait.
And he's been sent to the sin bin. Graham Nappo for flopping.
Third man. How can we get to off the ball?
Well, they gave the warning, and I said they were important sets of 6 here. Now they're going to go into the half on equal terms, but with one man in the sin bin for the 9 minutes, the first 9 minutes of the second half.
I think there'll be some telephone calls to Stuart Cummins' office on Monday morning from referees, players, clubs, secretaries, etc. Certainly the not new interpretations, but the reissuing causing problems. And Deacon makes it all square, 12 apiece. The 40 minutes up, the hoots are gone, and I'm sure those Bradford fans will be very pleased with that, trailing by 8 points to 2 at one stage. Clawed themselves back into the game, but I think everything will depend, Jonathan, on how many players Warrington can get back on this field in the second half, fully fit.
I mentioned before the game, you know, the strength and depth of Warrington, the bench especially, and it'll be severely weakened now with injuries to the 2 players early on in the game, Smythe and Lee Penny. But it will be interesting. I think Bradford and Noble will be happy if they've come back into it, but they've just got to come back out again and do exactly the same job, Warrington. Try and get up to the half of the Bradford side and then just take the opportunities.
But it's those 8 points, isn't it, in the final 4 minutes there that really have been the telling factor.
Yeah, but they've got to, you know, get used to the interpretation of the referee now. You know, that's what they've got to do, no lying on. They've got to try and slow the ball down in a different way, make the tackle, roll the players in the tackle. But, you know...
Which 6, in fact, have resulted in points.
Yeah, well, that's down to the new directive from the referee, Stuart Cummins, isn't it? It's just that how quickly players adapt to it. But they've got to complete the set of 6 now, Warrington, with a man short, keep the ball away from Bradford.
12 apiece. 40 minutes to decide which one will go into the 5th round draw on Monday night. BBC Radio 5, 7:30.
Good hit
Our
again.
Gen Challenge Cup, always eagerly awaited by the fans and the players. On the 5th tackle, Rears. That's a well-intentioned kick, a superb kick, making Bradford's Carl Pratt go back into that in-goal area. Good chase. Bradford suddenly find themselves 10 metres from the goal line. Leon Price.
Good tackle there by Forza again, a superbly weighted kick.
Nicolo getting a quick play to wall.
No, wait.
Well, I thought that could have been a forward pass.
Okay, let's go.
I think he'd already blown up, Jonathan, for it offside. I think it was the speed of the play of the ball that caught Warrington out there.
That's a forward pass, but they were never 10 yards back, 10 metres back rather, so...
Stuart Fielden. Jamie Peacock. Can't let this lad get away. Oh, and he's got it back to Knowles. The space on the outside there. Fielden. He's lost it.
It's gone back.
Some claims for a knock-on, but not so, says referee Connolly. So still the pressure on this Warrington line, remember, with only 12 men defending against the Bulls. And that's why they're spreading it wide. Paul, Leon Price, good play out here wide. Vainicolo, he's a challenge to the man! And he's got it down! I think Leslie Vainicolo has got it down! 17 stone, 11 pounds, 6'2". Couldn't be contained. Has he grounded it? That's what we're checking.
There he is, look, one-on-one. Big, powerful man. Now he's just 2-on-1. They've got to try and stop him. From that angle, there's nothing wrong. It bounces up. Here we go. That's a try. Nothing wrong with that try.
Looks to be a try, doesn't it?
Definitely a try.
There it is.
We said, Ramali said it's going to be important first. It's going to be important first 9 minutes for Warrington. Try and hold them out with a man short, and they've paid the penalty for it.
Significant, isn't it, that the Bradford halves should fan the ball out wide, right to the corners there, and that's where that extra man is missing, isn't it?
Well, here we go. We've got Happy offloading the ball. Sid Dormick is on him. You can't go high on this guy. You don't call him the volcano for nothing. Just twists and turns, and Briers is never going to stop him. Just too big, too strong.
Paul Deacon. Years of age next week, and really coming into his own into the game now. Very fine combination and movement. Ball. Not the best of kicks.
That hasn't gone anywhere. Here's a try. Warrington thought there was a knock-on. The extra man, they go wide. Price just comes in. This is the damaging ball. Out to the tackle. One-on-one there. He's got to go low on this guy. You just can't go high. Pay the penalty.
Had everything to do, didn't he? And he did it. 16-12 for Bradford.
Well, if you're that size, you know, that's your strength, isn't it? The power. Not close to the line.
Well, Warrington's depleted resources could be remedied to some extent by Mike Wainwright. He's had some stitches in that nasty gash over his right eye. He's happy enough, I spoke to him a few minutes ago. He's about, I think, to return to the action here, but you really do fear now for the rather threadbare resources that Warrington have at their disposal.
Deacon sensibly putting the kicks in and keeping Warrington contained in that 20-30 metre area. Tended to get back on. Burns stopped in his tracks there by Lee Gilmore. Moved in very, very quickly, did Gilmore. Nathan Wood. Again, no way through there for the Warrington forwards. Good tackling there from Mike Forshaw, leading the way as ever. Price. Well, Leslie Vainicolo wanted more of the action here now. It's probably getting a little bit cold out there on the wing. Anderson. James Lowes. Supposedly been retiring for the past couple of seasons, Lowes, but says that this will officially be his last season. Mike Forshaw. Playing well around the rucks, Mike Forshaw, making those 5-6 metre probes. Stuart Phelan shrugs off a couple. Suddenly, this Bradford pack asserting itself now. Warrington struggling to contain them. Deacon on the 5th tackle. Scott Naylor.
You've got to come up in the defence now, keep the line, but come up.
It's a tester. Oh, beautifully taken by Breers. Did well to leap in the air and no one could actually tackle him.
Lee Breers has got to be careful now. He's going to be involved with the referee. Connolly, there's only one winner there.
Flopping at the tackle. Just dropping on the man when there's no need.
There we are, number 10, Anderson, flops on him.
Imagine having that 20 stone flop on you. Big, powerful forward Paul Anderson had a superb series against the Kiwis in November. Pozza leading the charge straight into Anderson. Still, Warrington battling bravely here.
Got to get back into it. The forwards have gone quiet. Now the two props have got to get on a charge again.
Nathan Wood. Burns. Run well out wide as Darren Burns. Wood again. Wood and Breers trying to conjure up something here now.
Oh! Again, the panic. Got to keep hold of the ball. Just a loose pass by, I think it was Westwood on that side. Trying to get the ball away, there was nothing on. The pass nearly beat Naylor, did well. They should have kept the ball, it was a blind pass.
Yeah, you need to keep hold of the ball with just about, 40-50 seconds remaining before Graham Apple comes back on the field.
Lee Breers! You'll do. Hurry up, hurry up.
That's a word with Lee Breers.
This is your second one about interference to the play of the ball. The next one, Lee Breers is too far. I know he's the captain. On you go.
Well, he wanted to word with Breers, but it was Wood who was incurring the penalty.
Here's the incident. You know, he does, I think that was Wood. But the play of the ball was quick. Sometimes you've got to just have a feel for the game. The referees have got to have a feel for the game. That was a quick play of the ball. They had momentum. Bradford, he should have played it on and had a quiet warning on the run.
Wait. Back. Wait till he's outside. Wait.
Bradford, the Yorkshire player, coming on the field. And Graham Apple back from his sin bin spell. So Warrington back down to 13 now. Lee Radford, first touch of the ball. Former Great Britain Academy lad. Anderson coming well, running at the angle well. Deacon and Paul really use these big forwards coming at the angle. Paul out there to Happy.
Well, they're back to the full complement. Now Apple's back on, so.
Wainwright back on.
Good tackling here by Civet. He's launched the ball from Happy.
Tackle, guys. Warrington header ball. Stay in back row till the ball is out.
10 years since Warrington last failed to reach the last 16. Everything to do here in the final half hour. But just 4 points the difference. Plenty of time.
Bradford defence dictating the game. Watch on the runners aren't hitting the ball on the advantage now with the same intensity, and the Bradford defence are just soaking it up.
Bradford containing Warrington here, and I think that looked a forward pass. Play on.
Yeah, ragged. They're very ragged now, Warrington. No go forward at all with them. They're on the back foot, the half-backs playing with it.
Paul Deacon, Lowe's coming away nicely down the blind side there. Using Gilmore, he's lost it. Has he judged that the ball's been ripped out?
Go for 10. You go for 10.
Yep, he's judging that Lee Breers has ripped the ball out, and I think he's...
Well, I think he sent Sid Domick off for Descent kicking the ball away.
Yep. So, Sid Domick in the sin bin now.
You just can't afford to do that against Bradford. Here we are, look. Penalty's gone. Descent. Off you go, son. Have a little spell in the bin.
Warrington then, playing this match, well, at least for 20 minutes with 12 men.
Again, you know, they're very confident. They've gone for the try to kill it off with a man short.
Lowe's, just a little hesitation there from James Lowe's, but he almost got a second chance. Vinicolo. Good movement, that 40-metre pass there, almost outflanking this Warrington defence. Robbie Paul. Again, a little hesitation there from Robbie Paul. On the fifth tackle.
You know, confidence is one thing, but when you're only 4 points, maybe they should have gone for the penalty. Hindsight is a wonderful thing, but they feel so confident now with a man short. Perhaps the total control of this game.
But this Warrington side, still plenty of courage, plenty of commitment, coming forward. Pozzard. Good, strong, charging runs. Nathan Wood can't find a way through. Just look how packed, how compact that Bradford defence is. Packing the middle.
Yeah, they're very flat, aren't they? Very flat, Warrington. They need to hit the ball, you know, right on the line and put a pace into it, some pace.
Wood. Breers, rather. Picked up well by Shonte. Oh, and a good pass to Vinicolo. Good tackle. Ian Sibbett getting back well there. Price, superb run over the other sidestep from Price. Now then, Price will score. Wonderful timing to come in the line, and a try there for Leon Price. Power, pace, and style.
Yeah, great try to Price. Great try again. You know, he just stepped a couple of people, but that was down to quick play the ball. Again, a poor kick. Missed tackle by Wood and Wainwright. Lovely step, leaves Apple for dead. And just foot on the gas and he's away, not going to be caught.
Again, Jonathan, like all of these Bradford players, it's the sheer size of them as well, not just, 6'4", 16 stone, but just 21.
Yeah, it's just a quick play the ball, a missed tackle. That's right.
Paul Deacon, with what should be a relatively straightforward conversion for him. Those Bradford fans packed under the railway end there, anticipate the 2 points. And they get them.
Yeah, lovely step. This is the finish. Breers knows he's not going to get to him.
Good try. Bradford suddenly putting a little bit of daylight. 18 points without reply in the past 19 minutes for the Bulls.
Yeah, they need a quick response now, Warrington.
I think Brian Noble does know now he's in the ascendancy. He's got all the 4 substitutes. He can roll on and off. He can use these 12 interchanges. He's in command, isn't he?
Yeah, and he knew that it would be tough for the first hour. Now he's got to make a few changes or sort a few things out.
Well, here they are again. Can he get the ball to Nicolo? No, he can't. But this is proving a good combination here now down this left wing. Shuntain Happy, the junior Kiwi, and Leslie Nicolo, the former New Zealand junior sprint champion. The Bradford Bulls always had a New Zealand presence. Jack McLean and Joe Phillips in years gone by.
Bradford Bulls, Danny Gartner back on the bench. Danny, you're pulling away now, but are you entirely happy with the Bulls' performance?
I don't know, it's been a little bit scratchy, but I guess it's our first real competitive hit out for the year, and they're a tough side, they're playing well. Obviously getting a few penalties against us, and just need to handle it a little bit better.
Thanks to Robbie Paul and Leon Price.
Yeah, 2 individual bits of brilliance there, great players, great to have on our side.
Thanks, mate.
Leon Price causing problems now down the middle with that sidestep. Lee Radford trying to force away down the left.
I think there's a little punch in here somewhere. Catch anything?
Don't think it was much.
No.
I'm impressed with this lad, this Shuntain Happy. He's making a good debut.
Yeah, he's going to cause a lot of problems for sides. The ability to offload and tackle, big lad with Nicole on his outside.
And James Lowe spots the gap there. Good pass for Lowe. Vangana.
Great tackle, Greers. Read the situation with a shot on his side again.
Lowe's causing havoc at the ruck. There's Nicolo again. The big man's in for his second. Oh, Leslie Nicolo is enjoying himself out there. The volcano from Canberra Raiders. A favourite with the Bradford Bulls fans.
And again, from that range, nearly unstoppable. Great run by Gilmore, great tackle. Lee Breers has been sucked in, so the overlap is there on the left-hand side. Slip pass, Sibbett, a big lad. You're not going to stop him from there.
One thing that's happening though now is that James Lowes is making ground first of all from the rucks, isn't he? Pulling people in, Jonathan.
Yeah, well, when the forwards have done those breaks and Gilmore has hit a good angle, Breers has been sucked in, and all of a sudden they use the overlap on the left-hand side and Vanacola scores.
A difficult shot for the young Bradford half-back. Just across the face of the post, so Deacon just has to be content with this Nicolo try.
Good ball by Bradford, giving the ball early to Vanacola, giving space.
And I'm sure Sid Domick will rue the fact that he's been sat in that sin bin. That man Brian Noble, he'll be pleased he's sat there because Bradford have picked up 2 tries while the Warrington Aussie loose forward has been down there. I think he's had his options cut down, Paul Cullen, hasn't he?
Yeah, the 2 injuries early on really took the stuffing out of them. You know, they get quiet, they'd be tired. Bradford then would rotate their forwards, their props. You know, Anderson, Vangana, and they'd all be coming on fresh.
Certainly, I think the Warrington performance all goes well for the new season. A lot of enthusiasm here, a lot of look at this Mango again. He was in touch. I think we should remember too about this big man. He's not only big, he's not only powerful, but he was the New Zealand junior sprint champion. He has pace if he gets away.
Yeah, lovely ball up to the tackle. Just bounces off Byrne. Should have made the tackle there. But Apple comes across, uses the touchline as an extra defender, just bangs him over.
Stevens just edging over that halfway line. Oh, that was a risky pass.
Obstruction! You can't obstruct a man! Away you go!
Obstruction.
Not the most popular man in Wilderspool.
It was play on, mate. Off you go, 10 metres, you know the rules.
Yeah, I didn't go for the ball, but cleared the man away. Silly penalty once again.
Warrington awarded only 7 penalties in comparison to Bradford's 12, but that's how the cookie crumbles, doesn't it?
Yeah, but Breers has got to be careful. He keeps chipping away, chops in to the referee. He's going to get done.
Gilmore. Bradford threatening again, 26-12 in the lead, 18 minutes remaining. Warrington desperately hanging in here. Lee Radford. Play on.
There we are, Sidormic's on him. Tries to offload, loses it. I think it's a Warrington penalty now.
Ironical cheers from the Warrington fans too when referee Robert Connolly awarded Warrington the penalty. Now then, what can Lee Breers do here? Put away. Breers. Well taken by Wood. He stuck up well. He's been suffering from injuries over the off-season. Didn't go away for the warm weather training with Warrington. But all colour will just have to get 80 minutes out of him, I think.
Good tackle, happy there, right situation.
Hilton. Nice switch down the blind. Knock on.
The ball there, off the shoulder. He's not going anywhere.
Second rows in, please. Headed down, Byrne, please. The ball goes.
Returned from the Melbourne Storm.
Seconds in, heads in, wait. Stop there, stay.
Deacon. Robbie Paul in the loose forward position. Paul again.
You know, they won't do anything silly now, Bradford. Close the game down, get the kicking game in, solid defence. If anything comes along, any opportunities, they'll just close the game off and finish it.
Stuart Fielding. Just signed a new 5-year contract to stay with the Bulls. I don't think that kick going out of play will really trouble Bradford. They're quite content just to keep Warrington down here.
Yeah, they'd like to just hold the ball up. Not in goal area, but they can organise the defence.
Warrington though still coming forward, a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm in this young side, but no way down the middle. Wood. Lee Breers.
There's a big hole there down the middle and no one came for it. He got a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of commitment. but no idea, not many ideas yet. They can't unlock this Bradford defence.
And they lost the ball. Terrific tackle down there. Pratt can't get away. Is he in touch? No, he's not. Robert Parker. There's an injury there. Can't quite tell who yet. It's Nathan Wood dumped to the floor. Not the biggest of men, only 12.5 stone. He will have felt that. Still Bradford driving forward. Lee Gilmore. Good move by Pratt there at the acting half-back position. As a wingman, just got that extra yard of pace. Almost caught out Warrington. Lowe's. Stub of a kick. Oh, tricky. Apple read it well.
On the bench with one of Wolves' injured players, Lee Penny. Lee, injuries and a couple of sin binnings. It was looking good until then, wasn't it?
Well, it was, yeah. I mean, the first half we had, it was sort of 12 apiece, and we thought in the second half that we could come away with with a win. But basically, that Bradford control it better than what we have, and a few injuries, what's not helped, and the referees bid a few decisions which is not going our way, really.
Lee Breer's had quite a lot to say for himself, actually.
Well, that's Lee. I mean, Lee's a professional player, and he just believes that the refs give us a few bad decisions.
Thanks, Lee.
Shontain Harpy again.
Yeah, the referee's given the penalty account against Warrington, but as he said, he's been consistent for both sides, and they've infringed a lot more than Bradford.
James Lowe's going away again. Interesting, Jonathan. I said that's his 23rd run from acting half-back, and mainly in the second half. He's changed his style, hasn't he, this match?
He's just a very good player.
Good ball, Robbie Paul. Oh, beautiful flick pass. Parker, former Lee East amateur, had a spell with London Broncos on loan. Lowe's again. Warrington stretched out wide here. Price, dummy, Scott Naylor's in. The grin tells you it's a try.
Just too easy that. Too easy, caught out on the flank.
The pounding down the middle, the use of the Bradford forwards, sucking in the Warrington defenders. Simple play.
It's a lovely pass by Price. Is this a forward pass? Well, he's in a fantastic position, Connolly, so play on. Ball comes out. It's a quick play of the ball once again. Equal leg. That's a lovely pass by Price. Everyone goes for the dummy, and Naylor just rolls over.
Not the most difficult of kicks for Paul Deacon. Ladies happy. Suspect a few bob in the Bradford club shop too over Christmas. Good goal, 2 points.
This is just the finish of that move. Forshaw first of all. Lovely pass. Quick hands by Price. Watch, take it. 2 steps, give it. And watch the drift defence. They're all going across. Breers. Wood throws the dummy. Thank you very much. Easy try.
Warrington then looking just for pride here. 32-12 they trail. I don't think Jamie Peacock realises. I think he does, but he tries to work a flanker.
Came up off his hand, off his chest, and got forward.
I hope he realises it was a knock-on because it was very clear.
Harvey run through, didn't it?
Less than 10 minutes remaining then here at Witherspoon, and looking at that score, could possibly the last time our BBC TV cameras visit this famous ground. 1883 they've been playing here. 120 years, and very shortly to move more into the centre of town. A new 14,000 all-seater stadium to be built for the 2004 season. This ground seen some wonderful players. The great Brian Bevan, Harry Bath, Jerry Helm, John Bevan. Can they pick up a try here? Jonathan Davis too, yes, nearly forgotten him. How could I? How could I?
Easily forgotten.
On the fifth tackle. But he was well taken again. Carl Pratt's had a good debut for Bradford, I think, Jonathan.
Yeah, he's come in. I was talking to Michael Withers earlier, and you know, when everyone's fit, it's going to be a very tough competition for places, and I think Carl Pratt might be utilised as you know, a hooker. They might bring him on like late in each half to give James Lowes a rest. The main thing now is that he's happy. He wasn't happy at Leeds. There we are, and I think Lee Briers has been sent off. Sin bin for dissent. Connolly's had enough.
Well, we won't see Lee Briers back on the field again in this match. The captain sent to the sin bin for defence. He has been arguing with the referee Connolly for quite some time, and there is only one winner in the end. Doesn't matter what anybody thinks. Man with the whistle, he determines everything. So Warrington then, well, played very near 28 minutes of this match with 12 men. You can't do that against Bradford. Paul Anderson back in the action. Robbie Paul. Mike Forshaw had a terrific game. Good goal. I thought it was a good pass. Just couldn't get the support there. It was well intended. James Lowes. Scott Naylor. Good last-ditch tackling here by Warrington. Not surrendering. Robbie Paul. Off he's in, good try, and the ladders deserved it.
Yeah, delighted, but the ball from Robbie Paul was on the button on the outside of the defence. That was a difference. He's been involved in everything, Robbie Paul. They're happy, aren't they? Start of a long season for them.
Good try, and the ladders deserved it. He certainly has.
Watch the pass. It's the pace of the pass. It's the run around. Bang. He holds it up. And watch this. He puts it on the outside shoulder of the defender. Number 12, Sibbett, which makes it easy. No, man short. Watch the pass. Sibbett's watching the runners inside of him. The ball goes on his blind side. And the angle of the run onto the pass just beats Sibbett.
Again, it's the understanding that Warrington just have the 12 men, and there's no wingman there, is there?
Well, they're a man short. They've got to play a compact defence, and they've got to get on the outside of it. Sibbett was ball watching a little bit, then the pass just gone on the blind side of him.
So, Shontain Hoppe, the former junior Kiwi, has a try on his debut. Breath of wind, and nothing troubles him. 2 more points for the youngster Deacon, full of confidence now.
He's had enough practice from that spot, hasn't he? I think that's his third kick from there, so he had to get it right sometime. Again, here we go, lovely, holds the defence up with a run around, and there we go, just gets on the outside shoulder with an extra man. Kiwis.
Convincing victory then here for the Bradford Bulls, and well, there's still plenty of time to get a few more points. Lee Breers not very happy with this afternoon. But there'll be better days. Lee Radford, he's lost that ball.
There we are, just ball comes loose. There's not a hand in there. There's a clear knock on.
It actually came, Jonathan, from trying to play the ball before he'd actually got on his feet.
Yep.
Warrington there, in possession. Paul Burns. He's had a good game, the Warrington second row. Never shirked to run, pulled off plenty of tackles. Hazard. Gross, not seen a lot of him. Oh, that nice little kick.
The ball played the man.
There we are, look.
Full tackle.
A little bit of an overlap. Little kick. Ball played the man. Good call by Connolly.
Again, the problem there, not having a wingman with real taste, just to get around Vainikolo.
Yeah, Smythe is off, isn't he? Went off very early in the game, and their opportunity in the first half to score. Lack of pace by Sibbett, and again, you need finishers on the wing.
Warrington still tackling determinedly. Graham Appo in there, but really to counteract three men in the sin bin during this 80 minutes, that wants some doing. The writing, well, on the wall possibly at half-time. 5-second half Bradford tries.
There he is, and that's my power gen man of the match for today is Robbie Paul. I think he's been involved in a lot of the best moments of Bradford, scored the first try and set up a couple of others. Happy's played well as well, but so has Fielder. But Robbie Paul wins my vote.
Cullen just checking his watch, 2 minutes remaining. I think he'll be glad to hear that final whistle, but no more injuries, no more sin bins. Been a hard afternoon for the Wolves.
Off the toes, Judge. Full tackle.
The Bulls really confirmed the
Stay outside.
2-1 odds to reach the final, and well, Lee Breers probably knows why Warrington, but it's 100-1.
I think, you know, we were here last year when Saints rolled over them in the Challenge Cup. I think they're far more organised and committed this year, so they will offer a lot more in the Super League this year. They just need to maybe purchase a few pacey men out wide.
Certainly think there'd been a lot of commitment and a lot of courage from the Warrington side, but everything was really stacked up against them when they lost those two early men, didn't they, Smythe and Lee Penny.
As we said, too much strength in depth and early injuries, but went against them.
They have been their own worst enemies with the back chat and the lying on at the tackle. Not really troubled Bradford. That morale back in the camp at Odsall. They do seem even more committed than ever to me, Jonathan.
Well, you know, disappointment of last year. Disappointment of last year, you know, really shook them up. Too confident when they played Leeds. So they really want to go to Cardiff this year. There's the forward pass. Nothing really has gone for Warrington in the second half.
14 points for Paul Deacon, 2 tries for that big man there, Leslie Vainikolo. It's all over. Bradford the winners, and no doubt the rest of the clubs watching this will be hoping to avoid them when that draw for the 5th round is made on Monday night. Convincing performance by the Bulls, but I think, Jonathan, they really were helped by the indiscretions of that Warrington outfit.
Yeah, I think if you've got a decision win against someone, they drop the chins a little bit. You've got to just keep on playing. But I thought the forwards, the Bradford forwards, slowly took control of the game. Went forward well, you know, he was very, very strong going forward in the second half. Thoroughly deserved it. And I think Happy is going to be a big influence on this season with Vinicola, a bit of craft and creativity in the centre. So I think Bradford have started this year where they left off last year.
I think we've got Brian Noble, a successful coach down there with you.
Brian, a decisive win in the end, but was that a true reflection of the game, do you think?
I think it was, second half especially. We knew we were in for the first 20 minutes, it was really tough. I thought it was stop-start affair in the first half, and we gave a few silly penalties away, and we changed the way that we had to shape things up in the second half. I'm thoroughly delighted. That's only our second hits out, and they were a tough outfit for that first 20.
Maybe you wouldn't sympathise with Warrington Wolves too much, but I mean, they lost players, they lost discipline, didn't they, really?
It's the name of the game. Had a couple of injuries, I suppose, but we had a couple as well. We stopped doing away penalties. They found a couple of penalties for us, but that wasn't the game. The game was we played a little bit. We dictated the tempo in the second half. We played a little bit faster than we were in the first.
Interesting tries. I mean, a spectacular one from Leon Price, key one from Robbie Paul, but two from Leslie Vinicola. Strong boy, isn't he?
I wouldn't like to stop him. You need to take a few fans with you to try and stop him, but I'm delighted for the players. I thought they were fantastic, you know, right the way through. We didn't play the way we wanted to play in the first half. We were a little bit slow out the blocks, but in the end, I thought, you know, the scoreline reflected the speed at which we played in the second half.
Thanks, Brian. Congratulations. We can have a word with the Bulls captain, Robbie Paul. Congratulations, Robbie. You win the draw for the next round. Would you say, really, that you're going to have to lift your game beyond that to make much more progress?
Definitely. You know, there's a lot of stuff to work on, as we showed in the first half. It's quite hard to come to a place like this and get behind. We've got to be a little more disciplined, but in the end, you know, our true strength showed through, and it was a good win in the end.
Early season, you've got to be happy with the way things worked out second half. Look good.
Definitely, the boys are looking strong, they're feeling strong. We can work on a little bit of skill stuff. That's a good thing for us. You know, we've got a lot to work on, and it'll be all right.
Thanks, Robbie, and the man responsible for two of the Bulls tries, Leslie Vinicola. Now, we were trying to decipher your sign language, Leslie, after the second try. Would you care to share it with us or not?
Yeah, it's God. God stands for God, and you know, He's given me the talent, and I'm using it hopefully to the potential that He wants me to use it.
Well, God-given talent may be, but I think those two tries down to your immense power and strength, perseverance as well, really.
Yeah, we've been working on our strength in it, and it goes to our coaching staff in there, and yeah, I'm pretty happy where I am. So just work on my fitness now.
Congratulations, Les. Thanks very much. Thank you.
Leslie Vinicola.